Caruso runs a break. Caldwell Pope goes to the wing here. James! Oh!
Trying to play at the defensive end. Got blown by back.
Oh, yes!
Hook jam!
Harden, step back. Puts up the three. Got hit. Shot's good! And one!
Back this time here, Steph.
Oh, Russell Westbrook!
I've been seeing a lot of talking about, like, is LeBron James the GOAT now? What is this putting in, like, just in terms of basketball level? I haven't really dived into it, so I'm going to use this time to kind of talk about this just from my own perspective. Now I'm only 22 years old. I was born literally a month or so after Jordan won his last championship. So I didn't get to, like, personally experience it, but from, like, watching film and, like, watching, like, just, and knowing about Michael Jordan my whole life, and just knowing the game of basketball, and then actually watching LeBron James. You know, LeBron James, he's not, in my eyes, this is my opinion, he's not the greatest player of all time, but it's not knocking against him. That's not like, he has been the greatest player that I've seen, personally, He has been the greatest player that I've got to watch with my own eyes since I've been able to, like, actually watch, like, live basketball, not just, like, VHS tapes or stuff on YouTube of past players. My own eyes, LeBron James has been the best player. But in terms of, like, just basketball history, I say he's probably right now number 2. Now, that's not to say that he can't eventually edge his way to number 1. Now, he already have, 6 finals losses in his career, but if he can make it to the finals 2 more years, he got 2 more years left on his deal, in the last 2 years of his deal, and win them, and he has 6 rings, a lot of people gonna be like, so what's the argument now? The argument can still be that he lost 6 times in the finals, where Jordan went 6 for 6, went there 6 times, won 6 times. The argument can be made for that, but with LeBron, he had those 6 losses in the finals before, but let's not take away for the accomplishment of making it to the finals. Like, LeBron James made it to the finals more times than a lot of franchises have. You can go look this up. Like, this stat's been pulled up multiple times where he done made it to the NBA finals. He made it to the NBA finals 10 times. A lot of franchises even made it to the finals 10 times. Like, my Pacers haven't made it to the NBA finals 10 times. He got more finals appearances than my Indiana Pacers. I think I got more NBA finals appearances than the Rockets too. Definitely more than the Clippers. He got more appearances than the Nuggets. These are the teams that I root for. That's a feat itself. Like, I think there's only like 2 or 3 more franchises that have more finals appearances than LeBron James himself. Like, that's just crazy. But in terms of, like, comparing to Michael Jordan, people talk about, like, how LeBron James is a better all around player than Michael Jordan is. As a pure basketball player, you can say that, because LeBron James, he is a better passer than Jordan is, rebounder. You could say, I feel like their rebounding levels, it's kind of the same. LeBron James probably got like two more rebounds than Jordan. But scoring, now that's a different subject. Jordan definitely 10 scoring titles. LeBron James only got 1. Nobody's ever averaged more points than Michael Jordan. Jordan averaged 30 plus, 35. Come on now, LeBron James never done that. Defensive Player of the Year, multiple. How many times Defensive Player of the Year Jordan got? He got 1. I think LeBron probably got 1, 2 as well. Like I said, this is freestyle, y'all. But just comparing the two, like on a pure basketball level, Jordan just had like that a killer mentality already coming in. A lot of people talk about, well, LeBron was able to do this, blah, 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 this and that. He's always been a great player. But he never really kind of got that mentality to after he started playing with Dwayne Wade and the Heat. And that was already, 7-8 years of him being in the league already, that he kind of developed that mindset of being that killer, because LeBron James took his team to the finals before on his own, 2007 against the San Antonio Spurs. We got swept. And, you could talk about that too, where Jordan had all these instances where he could have made it to the finals. He kept getting stopped by these teams like the Pistons. Oh, God, I got stuff in me. The Pistons, the Celtics, all these like Eastern Conference teams before he got Pippen. You can talk about that too. He needed help to get to that level, but just that mindset. Cause once LeBron got there too to the finals with D Wade, in that first finals against the Mavericks, LeBron James choked. He really didn't play like the LeBron James that we know. Where when Jordan got to the finals, game on. It's over with. It's over. I'm here now. Like he took over. As you all seen the the Last Dance documentary, or just know about the Michael Jordan history. Like the man dominated. He did 2 3-peats, man. He did a 3-peat, retired for a season, and majority of like the second season, and came back at the end and played. And they played into the Eastern Conference Finals that next year, and then he came. Then after the year after that, did another 3-peat again. It's just pure dominance. And when you look at like a lot of teams that he played against compared to a lot of teams that LeBron faced, there's different levels of competition there. Different levels of competition. Not taking away from the Heat and who they are, team, because they are a good team. But compare that to like Utah Jazz. Compare that to Showtime Lakers, even though those are like the back end of the Showtime Lakers. Compare that to the Trailblazers, the Seattle Supersonics. Compare these teams, and even in the Eastern Conference, like I said earlier, the Magic with Shaq and Penny, the Bad Boy Pistons, the Celtics, the Knicks with Patrick Ewing, them guys. Compare those teams. Like LeBron went through some teams like the 2016. People go talk about that finals. The 2016 finals. Ridiculous, that is a great accomplishment for LeBron James in general. Like just to come back down to the only team to come back down 3-1 in the NBA Finals, and to do it against a team that's 73-9. So much so that they had to go get Kevin Durant just to come back and beat you the next 2 seasons. Like man, that's still a great accomplishment. Like I want to keep this. I keep saying I just want to kind of keep this fair and try not to come off as like a Jordan, gobbler, but I just want to point out, like, I want to pay respects to both of these players. But, LeBron James is definitely, and he got 2 more years left of his contract, and the way he's been playing, too. This man's, he's 35, about to be 36, and he's playing like this already. Jordan stopped playing, when he got his 6th rank, he was 34, 35. So, and LeBron James got 2 more years left. Who said what Jordan would have done if he kept playing afterwards? He killed himself not really killed himself. Like, he gets mad at himself that he wished he kept playing. And there was a way through they kept playing after he won that ring. But it's going to be intriguing to see how how this continue to play, especially with the way the league is going to come back next season with the Nets coming in on the East side with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Who to say where Giannis goes or what they do in Milwaukee. The Warriors returning. The Rockets reloading. Excuse me. And with whoever gets as their new coach, the Clippers. The Nuggets, who we seen they playing well right now. They're gonna get older and get better. The Jazz, and it's just the NBA is gonna get a little bit more strenuous. The Raptors still in the East. The Celtics still in the East. 76ers, what Doc Rivers can do with them. Like, it's just, I'm intrigued to see, because Magic Johnson already came out saying that the Lakers are going to repeat again next season. But I'm not going, I kind of doubted them this year, winning it. But next year, I'm really not going to say they're going to win it. Y'all can, if you find this video and they somehow miraculously win in 2021, you all can, pull this clip up and say I'm an idiot, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know, to my mistakes like I did, on them to this one. That's the reason why I got this Lakers jersey on right now, because I was wrong. Oh, well, people are wrong. You're not always right. You give me a person who's always been right their whole life, hey, you point them out to me, because I don't know nobody like that. But anyways, to see how this will play out next year, it'd be very intriguing, especially if they be able to bring back all these players or get some new ones, Like I said, AD's a free agent. They had Dwight Howard on a 1-year deal. They have Danny Green on a 1-year deal as well. I saw somewhere too that Luol Deng is still on a payroll too for $5.5 million. It's crazy. When is the last time you seen Luol Deng in the league? Cause I remember they did buy out his contract. So the fact he's still on payroll, keep getting that check, Luol Deng. Keep getting that check, brother. So it'll be intriguing to see how the Lakers hold up to next season.